So once this process is done, it will be refreshed and it will be checking for the next cycle. Coming to the dashboard, here you can see the real time cycle data points, for current shift, how many heats has been achieved, and what is the total power consumption for the current heat which has been processed, and how much weight has been tapped in that particular cycle, and what are all the delays that has occurred with respect to each process is shown in this particular Gantt chart. And we also have an option to check all the historical records. It might be the previous shift or a previous month. For all the furnace, we can able to generate the records. It will be highlighting the previous shift values also, like what is the frequent violation and how many number of heats has been completed. And if we are setting the shift time as 8 hours, means for how much time that process has been occurred, whether the furnace has been operated for 6 hours or 7 hours, we will be able to get all the details, that is availability, performance and quality, from the single system. And here if you see, the average heat time is the ideal time is 90 minutes, but if we see in real time, it got exceeded to 4 minutes and it was showing about 94 minutes. So by following this practice, that heat time will be optimized and it will be coming to the set limit 90 minutes itself. And we will be able to get the heat time for each and every process, and similar to this, the power consumption for each and every process, and metal tonnage output, and what is the tonnage loss per each heat cycle. All these details can be recovered by combining both the vision data and integration data. Here this table will give the input on how many number of imperfect charging that has been occurred. For example, if a single heat has to be done with 2 spectrometer checks, means how many number of imperfect charging which has caused the exceeding heat time. So this will highlight those anomalies. We can also check the number of heats with respect to hour, with respect to month. That is also possible. And coming to the report section, we have two major reports. One is OEE, another one is heat cycle report. Here I will just pause and explain all the criteria which we are displaying. In heat cycle report, we have classified this into two criteria. One is summary and other one is detailed. All these reports can be generated in Excel and PDF formats, and it will be auto mailed to all the supervisors and all the email IDs that we would configure in this platform. So what happens is, at the end of the shift and at the end of the day, the consolidated email will be sent to all the users on knowing the power consumption and number of outputs along with the metal tonnage data. So here if we see, for this particular shift, 3 heats has been processed. We can see all the key details, like what is the start time of that process, and what time it got ended, and how much time it took for all the melting process, and for each process how much time it took, and whether the coin samples, that is spectrometer checks and pyrometer checks, has happened or not in that particular cycle. So it again indicates the non-compliance activities in this particular cycle. So in addition to this, we will also have the metal tonnage, and then the power, like total power consumption for this particular cycle.